All right, so today we're going to do adding fractions with unlike denominators. We're going to do adding mixed numbers, and we're going to do multiplying fractions. As you can see, I have already laid out the answers and the work to each of these problems, and I'm just going to take you through those steps, and this will show you exactly how your problem should look or how your work should look as you work out these problems. So we're going to start with adding fractions with unlike denominators. So the first thing that we're going to do with a problem like this, because the denominators are not alike, which you can see because you have a 10 here and a 3 here, you're going to multiply 5 times 3, and that's going to give you 15. Then you're going to multiply 10 times 1, and that's going to give you 10. And then you're going to simply multiply 10 times 3, which is going to give you 30 here and 30 here. Okay, so now we have like denominators, and now we're ready to add. So 15 plus 10 equals 25, and 30, you're just going to bring it over, and so you're going to have 25 over 30. When you reduce that, it just means that you're going to divide both of these numbers by the same number to get a smaller fraction that is equal to this answer that you got from this portion of the problem. So here we're going to divide both numbers by 5, and that's going to give us 5 over 6, because 5 times 5 equals 25, and 6 times 5 equals 30. Or 25 divided by 5 equals 5, or 30 divided by 5 equals 6. So then we're going to move ahead to adding mixed numbers. And a mixed number it probably looks big and scary to a fourth grader, but it's really not a huge deal. You just put a whole number in front of a fraction, and then you work the problem. And so we're going to do the same thing that we did in adding fractions with unlike denominators, except we have a whole number that we have to work into the problem as well. So we're going to start by cross multiplying. The 2 times 4 gives us 8. The 5 times 1 gives us 5. 5 times 4 gives us 20 on both sides, and then we just bring our 2 and our 5 over, the 2 here and the 5 there. Then we're ready to add the problem. We're going to do simple addition here. 8 times 5 will give us 13. And then we just pull our 20 all the way over, and then we add our 2 plus 5, which gives us 7. So our answer is 7 and 13 over 20. And then we're going to move ahead to multiplying fractions. Now, this may seem even harder than the first two types of fractions, but it's actually a lot easier because we get to just make this whole number a fraction. And we do so by just setting the problem up this way. You see, we brought our 2 over 4 over, and we brought our 3 over, but now we put a 1 under it. So now it looks like 2 over 4 and 3 over 1, and we're going to multiply those. So we just simply multiply. 2 times 3 gives us 6. 4 times 1 gives us 4. Then we look at this problem. We know it's an improper fraction because improper fractions always have a bigger number on top than what's on the bottom. So we could do this two ways. We could do this the easy way by reducing it, or we could do it the long and drawn out, but still sure way by dividing. But either way, we're still going to divide. So let's go ahead and think of a number that will give us that we could divide both of these numbers by to reduce this 6 over 4. Well, since we already have the answer already out here, we know that that number is 2, because 6 divided by 2 gives us 3, and 4 divided by 2 gives us 2. So now we have 3 over 2. It's an improper fraction that cannot be our answer. So now we have to do the long division, or not really long division, but we have to divide nonetheless and set the problem up by putting the 2 outside of the bracket and then putting a 3 inside of the bracket. And when we do that, we know that we'll come out with 1 with the remainder. Our answer will be 1 with the remainder of 1. But when we look at that, let's connect those and make that answer a fraction. And so the one that's on top of your bracket will be your whole number, which is why you have a 1 here. And then your remainder one will be your number at the top of your fraction or your numerator. And then the 2 that's in the outside of your bracket, it will be your denominator. So instead of having 1 with the remainder of 1 be your answer, you're going to make it a fraction that reads 1 1/2. So let's do another one because I felt like this was important to show you as well. 1/2 times 6. So we're going to set it up just the way that we did there. Our 1/2 times our 6 over 1, because we just put that 1 in because it wanted to be a part of the game. And we multiply 6 over 2. We have an improper fraction. We're just going to reduce it so we can cut a lot of steps out. And we're going to reduce that by using the number 2 on both the top and the bottom here. So 6 divided by 2 will give us 3, and 2 divided by 2 will give us 1, because 3 times 2 equals 6, and 1 times 2 equals 2. But it's an improper fraction. So we could divide here, but anytime that your division will be 1 divided by 3, it's just going to be 3, because 1 divided by any number is going to be that number. So our final answer is going to be 3. Hope you guys enjoyed that video. If you have any questions, please leave comments, but I will leave worksheet details for you to be able to get plenty of practice and repetition on doing these types of problems in the comment section below. Have a good day.